Seed saving tips. I know Judy has run through with you quite a few of the do's and don'ts. One of the things I will say is that if you're a smoker, it's recommended that you are not a seed saver. There's such a thing described as the tobacco mosaic virus, which is present on the skin of smokers and can be transmitted to seed. The other thing I didn't mention was heirloom and heritage seeds. There's a lot of interest in those now, older varieties. There is a thought that maybe older varieties have better taste, have better nutritional value, and I suspect that 90% of what you taste and what you eat is due to your gardening practice, and the rest might be due to the seed. So bear that in mind when you're gardening. You know, a strong garden that's well maintained is going to provide better and more nutritious food for you than choosing the right variety. Although I believe some of the older flower varieties might be higher in nectar, so if you're interested in attracting beneficial insects into your garden, then maybe you want to go for some of the older varieties in regard to that, because it's not an economical thing to do. You might save seed of something that tastes nice or produces well, or if it's an older or heritage variety, as we spoke about before, because it might be unavailable, or it might be that the gene pool of those is shrinking and you'll be doing a favour to it and joining an organisation like Seed Savers and putting yours up for availability to be handed out to people so that it continue. If you're growing carrots, you need a minimum of 40 carrot plants to go to seed collectively, then to gather the seed. Seed storage, plastic or paper basically. You've got paper bags here today. If you're collecting dry seed, like this commelina seed is very dry, and there are two distinct types of seed, so there's a few sweet peas in here which you're more than welcome to grab later. The other one I had here a moment ago was caramoo, which is a native seed. I do a bit of work around the propagation of native plants, and caramoo or Caprosma robusta seed, it's a wet fleshy seed or fruit. So you'd be wanting to keep that in plastic until you just knew what you were going to do with it. I generally would be putting it in the fridge. Sometimes I get time, or I've got time. I work with children a lot and we spend a bit of time taking the seeds out of the fleshy fruit, and then I pop it in the fridge over the winter time, or you can keep it dry in a paper bag afterwards. Drying it out well. Somebody just said here a minute ago she had these beautiful pumpkins and she thought she dried it out well, and then she popped it into a plastic bag. Getting the humidity right is just about the most critical thing you can do. So think opposite of germination. What are the opposite conditions I can provide? So I want it dark and I want it cool and I want it dry. Somebody gave me this little tin. I thought that was quite a nifty little thing. Might not be big enough for some of you. I keep mine in a shoebox, and actually they just sit on the desk next to my computer, which probably is a bit warm, but it's not the box, it's just there, and then it also reminds me of the seasonal changes and what I should be doing to be looking after, and when I should be sowing, and all of those things which are critical. Help yourself to some commelina seed, and if you're really fast you might get some sweet pea seed.